give up a terrible goal to go into halftime. I don't know if we took our foot off the gas pedal or what we did for the last 10 minutes, but we didn't finish off the first half very well. Although I feel that when we came out in the second half, we had a very good vibe about us right from the opening whistle. Suni, he loves the near post against his team for some reason. Every game, every time we play him, he hits the ball to the near post and gets a great goal, great preparation, good finish, and then CJ coming off the bench to get a fourth one, which was excellent. But I thought after that, we were much better. We were calming down and we were good with the ball.
That was Peter Ramiz talking after his team disposed of Toronto FC 4-1. Dom Dwyer had 2 goals plus 2 more goals from Suni Saad and CJ Sapong as Sporting Kansas City climbed to the top of the Supporters Shield race, now tied with Real Salt Lake. I'm Ben Gartland.
I'm Skylar Rolstad.
And this is The Last Touch.
The biggest story of the night was Jon Kempin's first MLS start and his almost shutout. He allowed 1 goal tonight, a fantastic goal from Gilberto. And the Kansas City boy makes his first start, and it's a successful one.
Very much so. You come in as the third string keeper. Sporting Kansas City has been absolutely plagued by injuries this year. And now down to the third string keeper, 21 years old, comes in and puts on a really good performance. Had a Jimmy Nielsen-esque save early in the first half. He let in 1 goal, which was admittedly not the best performance, but I still say that Kempin's performance was pretty solid tonight.
He was, and after the game he talked a lot about how far he's come since being a loanee and being a player being one of the first homegrown players for Sporting to sign. And it's kind of incredible the journey that he's made at only 21 years old. So I think it highlights how well the loan program has worked out for MLS and for Sporting to be able to loan players out and get a lot of good match experience, and then be able to come into a game like this when you've got 2 goalkeepers injured and play really well.
Definitely getting some first string experience down at Oklahoma City and also some in Orlando City last year has to be completely beneficial to Kempin, and he touched on that. Learning under Nielsen has been very big for him. But on the other side of the pitch, we have 4 goals, 2 by Dom Dwyer. CJ Sapong and Suni Saad put in the other goals in the second half for the 4-1 round. How do you see the resurgence of the offense coming off the 2-0 loss in Vancouver last week?
Well, I think that the road loss was going to happen at some point, and when you play on the road and you're really good on the road, sometimes it just doesn't click, as it has happened at home so many times. And I think that it's just another bump in the road that Sporting's gotten through.
Definitely, and coming up, they'll have a couple of bumps in the road. They'll have Real Esteli going down to Nicaragua Tuesday night in their first CONCACAF Champions League match for the 2014-2015 competition, before returning home for another big Eastern Conference match next Saturday against DC United. How big is that match next week?
Every game is big at this point in the Supporters Shield race. Sporting is fighting Seattle for the Shield right now, and Seattle's got I believe 3 games in hand. So that's going to be difficult, and DC is also another big contender in the East.
Definitely, and if Sporting's wanting to make the CONCACAF Champions League next year, they can do that by either winning the Supporters Shield, winning the MLS Cup, or winning the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference seems like the most likely at this point, so beating the second place team in DC United has to be a huge goal for Sporting Kansas City, but taking care of business in Nicaragua against Real Esteli on Tuesday is also be pretty big, considering that they went in as the 7th seed and were thrashed by Cruz Azul earlier this year. So 2 big matches coming up this week. Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right. For the last touch, I'm Ben Gartland.
I'm Skylar Rolstad.
And you've been watching the Distributor Network.